Hey everybody. It's me again. Um Hold on. What's going on here? Sorry. Yeah, it's me again. Hey, thanks everybody for your kind comments. I'm fine. I have these conditions and things that they're not going to kill me, but it can be really painful. And it just, I never thought I'd live this long. I'll just put it that way. But here I am. Here I am. And what a time to be alive. Cheers, everybody. Yeah, drinking the hard stuff. Bourbon and bitters. Again, thank you, John Kiefer, for the recommendation about putting little bitters in there. That's fun sipping. All right, so I'm here to show not vinyl. It's a non-vinyl update. I haven't done one of these in a really long time. I know CDs don't really show great on YouTube and stuff, but seriously, what a time to be alive if you're not a format fetishist. If you can get with CDs, it reminds me of what it was like back in the 90s when everyone was ditching their vinyl for CDs, and like CDs were really expensive and you could get amazing records for nothing because nobody wanted them. Nobody wants CDs now, and I honestly feel like people are going to regret that decision. I think there's going to be changes in the law and enforcement, and like this free stuff is going to go away, and push comes to shove, people are going to, well, I know why. If I'm going to pay, I want the CD. Yes, we're listening to this in the background. Still available. And really only on CD. It's only ever going to be on CD, and there's lots of music like that that's only available on CD. And used CDs, you can't give them away. So if you're into it, like, there are amazing bargains to be had out there. And I just wanted to share some of what I've accumulated over the last, over a year since I've done this easily. But I also want to show things, that are like they're not available on vinyl. And they never will be, okay? And first of all, I did a little trade with Gianmarco Liguri. Hey man, if you're watching, I sent him couple copies of this, and he sent me this, which is the Salon Kingsador Anti-Borneo Magic 2 CD, really 3 CDs. I don't know if all of them come with 3 CDs, but mine comes with 3 CDs. A nice gatefold. I was talking to him about it, and he's like, well, maybe it's a little too much, but this is great. I love it, and it's got a real simple but direct and full sound to it, and I guess it's in their rehearsal space, very simple recordings, but really sounds great, and it's a ton of music, and highly recommended. Sarang Bang Records. I'll try to leave a link to some of this stuff. He also sent me this, the Duende of Kim Peterson. So again, this is New Zealand music, which is also just cool as hell, Hey James and Rodis and you New Zealanders, New Zealand's cool. And so this is I guess a compilation of stuff, but with, legends like Mike Knock, and yeah, this is really good. I'm not the hugest trumpet fan, but anyway, this is some really nice trumpet playing, some really nice modern jazz, terrific, highly recommended. The Duende, Kim Peterson. Thank you so much, Gianmarco. It's really kind of you. Also want to show these, which are highly recommended and only on CD. And Mary Halverson, well, it's not her band. It's really Michael Formanek's band, Thumbscrew. And they have 2 CDs out on Cuneiform just recently. Ours and Theirs. So it's original material and then covers, really interesting covers. And so really great. This is the format I really like to hear Mary Halverson in, which is just a trio, and this is killer stuff. Great modern jazz, great. Only available on CD. I thought I heard something about Cuneiform going out of business. you know, maybe they are, and these are the last things in the pipeline. Again, like, great music, great music. You're missing out if you're like, oh, you know, it's got to be vinyl. Well, that's a shame to me. That's really a shame, you know, because this is, and this too. And I'm going to take out this little condom because I happen to know the guy who did the artwork for this. I've shown their previous CD, I think, Ingrid Lobrock and Tom Rainey. This is called Utter, Relative Pitch Records, with the distinctive blue spines. And yeah, this is a piece of artwork by Lane York, a local artist here, who did their previous CD. Their previous one was live in this performance space, but this is a studio recording. Drums and saxophone duets, fantastic. I just really, and again, CD only, and it's great music. This is like cutting edge, now, today music. And again, they travel around the world. You know, they can't be carrying vinyl around. It's too heavy, it's too expensive, it's too big. Sadly, one of the executive producers of Relative Pitch died recently, apparent suicide, and it's really a bummer. I know the other guy, Kevin Riley, he sent me a few from the label, recent things from the label, like Samara Lebowski and Bill Nace duet. This is really nice. I'm familiar with her from playing violin with Thurston Moore's band for a little bit. This is really excellent. Actually, all these are great. The Hallowed Plant, the Hallowed Plant. What is this? I don't know these people. Benjamin Vergara, trumpet. Keith Jackson, tenor, saxophone. Sopranino, saxophone, bass, clarinet. Jim Baker, piano, synthesizer. Phil Soderbergh, drums. Out of Chicago, apparently. Killer. This is really good. Paul Rodgers, Olaf Rupp, and Frank Paul Schubert. 3 stories about rain, sunlight, and hidden soil in the hidden soil. This has got some ripping electric guitar. This is great stuff, you know. And again, like, this is the only way you can find it. Bummer about, you know, go buy these CDs. I'll leave a link to the website, Relative Pitch. They've got a huge catalog. I don't know if they're going to be able to keep up the pace, but like, huge catalog of just cutting edge stuff. You know, right up there with Clean Feed and Hat Hut and all those kinds of labels. Check it out. Cheers. And finally, I found these used. I've been looking for these ever since the last big years. I was really impressed with this guy, Jason Moran, who I'd heard of, and you know, he's kind of a big deal, but I always kind of put him in like a straight ahead bag. My mistake. I saw him twice in 2 very different contexts. Once with Mary Halvorson and then in a duet with Milford Graves, and he was amazing. He was really, really good. So I've been looking for his CDs, and I've only been able to find 2. 2 of them on Blue Note. There's Black Stars. This is from like 2002 or something. And then a live one, The Bandwagon, with his trio. This is a studio thing with Sam Rivers, with his sitting in with his trio. Sam Rivers on saxophone. Killer, great stuff. Yeah, again, no vinyl, never will be. I mean, I would be amazed. Really good stuff. Really, you know. CDs, where it's at. Is this too loud? Is this too loud? Alright, now here, the rest of these are like, just finds, random finds that I have. And like this, I remember when this came out, and I really wanted it. It was on my like wish list for a long time, and the vinyl was like big, expensive thing. And then it went out of print, and you know, I was like, oh well, whatever. Sly and the Family Stone, higher. I found the 4 CD set for $7. $7. And it's like in perfectly decent condition. Great booklet. And it's got, you know, lots of his early, kind of hard to find stuff, and then, you know, mono mixes, and yeah, it's great. Mastered by Vic Ancini. The sound quality is fucking great. You know, who am I to complain? You know. Okay, now these two were like huge finds. Another thing I wanted for a really long time. Now it turns out Mosaic Records is going out of business, and this is out of print. The complete Dean Benedetti recordings of Charlie Parker. This is the CD version, the 7 CD version, and I got it for like $40, something stupid like that. And you know, I got to tell you, Sam got this when it came out, and I remember being sort of appalled by the sound quality and the fragmentary nature of it. You know, Dean Benedetti followed Parker around and would record, you know, just the solos, just his solos, and cut off. Of course, this is the late 40s, early 50s. You know, tape was barely existed. So, but you know what? Listening to it now, it's pretty listenable. They did a fantastic job of cleaning it up and putting it in sort of a sequence that it makes it listenable, and fantastic booklet. I mean, you might as well show the booklet, and it's, you know, worth the cost of admission. You know, and this thing was like, you know, $100 or something when it came out. So yeah, look at this. It's great photos, and clears up a lot of the mysteries and the mythology surrounding, you know, these were just legends for the longest time. Oh, this guy, he's got these recordings of Bird. Well, and here they are, and I'm so happy to have this, and I have a number of Mosaic sets, and it really bums me out that they're going out of business. You know, that the record industry is so shit that this amazing label, you know, is going out of business. And you know, I'll have to be honest though with you. The last few things I've been putting out have been like really more on the like white guys playing old-timey jazz thing, which is not my bag for sure. Maybe, you know, the Blue Note vaults have dried up or whatever, but and they stopped making vinyl. You know, maybe if they kept the vinyl thing going, they could be like surfing that wave, because God knows nobody wants CDs. But this is great. This is great, and I'm super happy to have it. Also found this. It was a little pricey, so I went and did a trade and went and got it for free, basically. This earlier Mosaic set, the complete Blue Note recordings of Freddie Red. Now I have a 90s reissue of The Connection, which is kind of his main claim to fame, released for Blue Note. He made that record and 2 others, one of which was unreleased, but is contained on this set. Only 2 CDs from 1989. Great music. Great, and again, great booklet with great discographical information. And fascinating guy, you know, he kind of came at it late, you know, after being in the Army, and kind of had an inferiority complex about it a little bit, I think, and didn't record much, certainly not much under his own name, and yeah, interesting guy, interesting music, great stuff with lots of Jackie McLean and Howard Yee, people like that. Just straight ahead, hard bop stuff. You know, my wife digs it. Alright. This might be not that long a video. So I just want to share some other things I found. Like another thing that, you know, not on vinyl, never will be, and shouldn't be, you know, it's like classical stuff. And that stuff is like really dirt cheap. I mean, God, I found this for like $3. This is, again, something I'd wanted a long time. I didn't want to pay $80 for the CD. Messiaen's opera, St. Francis of Assisi. Recorded live while he was still alive, I believe, while he was still alive. Dawn Upshaw, she's great. I am not the biggest opera fan by any stretch, but I do love Messiaen, and how is this, like 6 CDs or something? It's hugely long. $3. I was like, okay. And another Messiaen box. His organ works. Performed at Notre Dame Cathedral by Oliver Latry. And, you know, again, I'm not the hugest organ fan, but again, Messiaen's music is so freaking cosmic. You know, I mean, he's right up there with Bach in terms of, you know, I myself am not a believer, but when I hear Messiaen's music, like Bach's music, you can tell he believes, and this is, you know, he was an organist for the Trinity Church for all his life, and wrote tons of organ music, and here it all is, and it's wild, and it sounds incredible. I mean, imagine how difficult it is to record the Cathedral of Notre Dame, you know? Deutsche Grammophon, they did their best back in 2002, whenever this is from, yeah. Killer, it's like 6 CDs, $8, something like that. Yeah. I got the new Meshuggah on, you can't even see it, I got the new Meshuggah on CD, I got all their stuff on CD, so why not? It's good stuff. They're kind of mellowing with age, I guess. And so, you know, speaking of metal, here's something. Okay, here, I remember Sonic Mainliner showing this a long time ago. Going, oh, that sounds really interesting. This is Leviathan, Scar-Sighted, profound lore from some time a while ago. Really nice little box set with these really creepy the CD. And these really creepy little cards. Yeah. So what is this? Well, it's just exactly what it looks like. Black metal. Sorry? Black metal. Black metal. Really atmospheric, epic black metal. Just exactly how Sonic Mainliner described it. I also found this, Burzum's first album on CD, which also includes the Astra EP or whatever. What is it? Astra EP. Whatever. So Burzum, yeah, the black metal band. You know, the like burning down churches, murdering fellow musicians. That brand of black metal. Like, I don't need to be hunting down vinyl of this. And I don't know that I need any more than this, their debut. Yeah, heavy. I have a few more things. Heck, you're hanging out with me? Cheers. So when Jazzwise reviewed The Mathematics of War, just playing in the background quietly, made reference to the Dead Sea. And now I have a couple of Dead Sea things on vinyl. And I thought, oh, maybe I can find some Dead Sea on CD. And sure enough, I went looking and I found. So I found this compilation, 2 CD compilation called Vain, Erudite, and Stupid. Selected Works, 1987 to 2005. Now some of this stuff originally came out on vinyl, of course, but I don't think this compilation ever came out on vinyl. It is on Bada Bing. And their vinyl is not particularly well regarded, is it? So this is a nice compilation of, you know, overview of what the Dead Sea are up to, which is interesting stuff. And then I also found this sealed for like $2. Like, oh, who wants the Dead Sea? Future Artists. This is a later thing on Bada Bing. I like the artwork. I like the first track too, the AMM of punk rock. You can't say they don't have a sense of humor, right? They don't take themselves too seriously. So yeah, the Dead Sea. What is this? Like noise rock, I guess, sort of. The liner notes in this are really interesting. Apparently, some legendary guy, and again, New Zealand. I guess they're a New Zealand band, right? At one of their very few gigs they've ever played, some like critic or some like big honcho guy in the music scene like was heckling them and was saying like, if you really didn't know what you were doing, you wouldn't sound like that. That's pretty awesome, right? You know, it's like, it's hard when you know what you're doing to make it sound like you don't know what you're doing. And I've always kind of admired that, you know, in painting and literature, music. 20 minutes. Should I stop? Should I stop here? Should I show you some more things? Speaking of classical music, here's another thing I found, still sealed for like $6. 2 SACDs on Ollie Avoc's Minstrels Reels. Minstrels Reels. Hesperian 20 and 21. I think this is a compilation of stuff. But remastered to SACD. Jordi Savall is a genius, and I have a number of Ollie Vox CDs and SACDs, and they sound sumptuous. I mean, absolutely, like, especially the SACDs. Like, wow, who needs vinyl when things sound like this? And actually, I think Savall has been criticized a little bit for softening this early music stuff, and I don't care. I don't care. I love it. I think it's awesome. He's awesome, and yeah, you know, and so you can find stuff like that out there because no one cares and no one wants CDs. You know, ECMs. You know, this will never come out on vinyl. Stephen Mikas, On the Wing, beautiful stuff. And they're so cheap that you can take a flyer on things like, so Nick Barsh's Ronin, a promo copy on CD from 2006. Can't really see it, but it does have a promo sticker. Promo sticker, come on, promo sticker. This is killer. What a great band. He plays piano and Fender Rhodes. Come on. Yeah, the bass and bass clarinets and bass and drums and percussion and groovy in a way that ECM is often not, and like modern and contemporary in a way that ECM is often not. This is great. I think they have they're still around. I think they have a new CD out. I'm gonna check out more of them. And so, yeah, for like $1 or whatever, I'm like, oh, I'll check this out. And I was like, whoa, this is excellent. This is excellent. You know, I only spent $1. Oh God, let's see. Oh, a little harder to find on the cheap, but I'm on a real Jay Dilla kick. Kind of a long story. You know what, my thing about hip hop, but I don't know. Lately, hip hop's really been hitting me hard, and particularly this guy, and particularly his instrumentals. On YouTube, there's like this 6-hour long, just his beats, and it's hypnotic. And I actually found on the Internet Archive a 5-hour 2-part MP3 that you can download from the Internet Archive of just his instrumentals, and it's fucking great. It's just, put it on my iPod and I bump around in my car, and there's hardly any vocals, and so I'm just gonna say this, okay? You're hanging with me this far, right? Okay, I'm just gonna say this. Now, things are fucked up and bullshit in this country right now. And if you're a black person, you're probably like, you're just figuring this out, cracker? But you know what's interesting, right? It's like, I love, now this, like the 40s and 50s, be a black man in the 40s and 50s, particularly dangerous time, and they're making the most beautiful music. Now, part of it is like, why you can't play this, But you know what? After making nice, hip hop was inevitable, right? And there's positive and there's negative hip hop, but the bottom line is like the culture, right? Okay, and I feel like an idiot and a stupid whitey even saying anything about it, but it's there and it's real, and I like. It's like, man, if you can hang with this for generations and still keep on keeping on, then that is leadership. That's inspiring, because I can't look to like the institutions of government or like the law or like anything like that. Now, I'm gonna vote, of course, I think I don't have high hopes though. Anyway, so this stuff just resonates. It just resonates, and I'm, CD, vinyl, I don't care. All right, should I stop? Anything else really? I just brought a whole bunch of things down here, like Autechre. I'm really into late period Autechre. I know it's not everybody's taste, but I dig it. Like these fractured, completely abstract beats. Like, is it man-made or computer-made? DVD audio, Frank Zappa's Halloween from Halloween series of concerts at the Palladium from 1978. You know how I feel about Zappa. Some great guitar playing on this. I'd love to hear this in 5.1. I don't have a surround system. The stereo mix is a little too much crowd noise for my taste. They're really, but I bet the 5.1 is really immersive. Anyway, I love high res audio. All right, I'm gonna stop. Some more stuff. Oh, well, I'm almost done actually. Here. Stop here, right? So I'm way late to this ball game, which is 9 Inch Nails, and I'm coming at this backwards because of the whole synthesizer thing and Alessandro Cortini playing with them live and stuff. And so I'm like, oh, I'll just check out 9 Inch Nails on CD, and sure enough, cheap as chips and plentiful. This is what I've accumulated so far. Almost all of their studio albums. I don't love Trent Reznor's voice, but the music is killer. It's really, particularly as it goes along. Some people say that, when he got off of hard drugs, like the music became tame or whatever. I feel like it became more musical. But anyway, and honestly, predictably, like my favorite is The Ghost, the 2 CD, mostly instrumental thing from relatively recently. I need new glasses. I'm going to go to the eye doctor tomorrow. I can't read them. Alright, so yeah, 9 Inch Nails, you can get them for like $1 a piece, really. So at that price, who cares if I don't love it? I love music, don't love the vocals so much. But anyway, this is what it's like if, I guess if you live near a city. People are ditching their CDs, and they're yours for cheap if you want them. All right, thanks for hanging out. That was fun. Yeah, music is the thing. It's not the freaking format. Okay. Okay. Take care, everybody. I'll see you soon. Bye.